Hello and welcome to Conrad Seidl's Beer of the Week. This week's beer is a sour beer. I know there's lots of sour beers that have been on the market only recently for the last 10 years. But some of the sours have their roots back in Europe. Everyone has heard of Gose beers, Lambics, French sour beers, Flanders Red, and of course Berliner Weisse. One beer style that was almost forgotten is Gose, which has nothing to do with Gose. The name Gose comes from a small river called Gose that runs through the town of Goslar. And Gose, this sour beer that originated in Goslar, became popular with the students at the universities of Halle and Leipzig. And Gose almost died out in the 1980s, but then the German Democratic Republic collapsed and the beer was saved. And nowadays many breweries recreated Gose, adding some ingredients that you don't expect in beer. And here's an Austrian interpretation, comes from Next Level Brewing, and it's a cooperation with another small brewery called Two in a Rocket. It's a gooseberry Gose, and you can see Gose always has lots and lots of CO2. You see it's a very, very blonde color. It's straw colored, it's very, very light in color. It's not a very strong beer. I think they have something like 4.9% ABV. And right away when you take your first sniff of that beer, you get the gooseberries, but you also get this lactic touch to it. Gose is a beer that undergoes a lactic fermentation, or sometimes it's kettle soured beer. So we have a very low pH here. Well, I can get the gooseberries here. Let's see what we taste. Sour it is indeed, but it's very complex. There's sourness, there is the fruitiness, you can definitely taste the gooseberries, and there's just a little hint of bitterness. Bitterness in these beers is traditionally very, very low. There's also some salt in it. Saltiness in the Gose makes you keeps you thirsty, because when you drink a salted drink, then you probably stay thirsty. So Gose is not meant to quench your thirst. It's meant to be enjoyed for its taste, and the salt gives it some dryness in the aftertaste. So probably this is one of the most complex brews that are brewed in Austria. It won a gold medal at the Austrian Beer Challenge, so they know what they're doing, and they sell it in very small quantities. And I think every bottle is unique. Some are very hazy. This one is not as hazy as the others, but this is it comes with a little surprise, and I'm always surprised what these young brewers bring up. They bring fantastic beers, and I think this gooseberry Gose is just a very good example what you can do with a Gose, and it's a nice approach to the style. I hope you find some good Gose near the place where you live, and I hope to see you back again for Conrad Seidl's Beer of the Week, maybe in a few days, maybe next week. Cheers.